It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. We are waking up with temperatures in the middle 50s today, and cooler air is on the way. The cold front associated with all those showers and thunderstorms that were loud last night finally moving through today. We will see some cooler weather, and we also see rain chances come to an end, which is great news because flooding was a problem across the Ozarks late yesterday and continues to be early this morning. Flood watch will expire at 6 a.m. for most communities, but I want to let you know that there are a few spots that received a whole lot of rain over the last 3 days. In fact, some spots reporting more than 5 inches of rain, most of that falling south of I-44. So just know that there could still be some places with high water over the road, and that could be an issue on the morning drive. So don't let your guard down, even though the weather is much quieter this morning than what we had late last night. Torrential rain in some of those thunderstorms, and of course, a handful of tornado warnings issued for the Ozarks as well. High wind reported across the region, and also flooding intense late last night. So better weather for Election Day if you're heading to the polls today. Not a great day, a windy day to start you out with temperatures in the 50s, but overall this is mild weather, temperatures in the middle 50s to start. Highs today will make it to the mid 60s, and things by this afternoon should feel much better. We've got the gusty winds out of the south until that cold front actually moves through. Rain is wrapping up and heading out of here today. So I think the sun will actually make an appearance as we head into the afternoon hours. It'll end up being much nicer on Tuesday than the weather conditions we had around yesterday. I have cooler conditions today. As I mentioned, 65 for that high temperature in Springfield. So very close to normal for an early November day. Another active period looks possible, though, as we head into the late parts of the work week. I'm talking primarily Friday and Saturday. That will be another chance for showers and thunderstorms. And with rain in the Ozarks again, well, we could be dealing with a few more flooding concerns as we head into the end of the week, simply because we got so much yesterday and the day before that it's just a little too much to handle here for the early part of November after not receiving nearly a drop of rain all October long. Temperatures today, mid 60s. We will see cooler numbers develop again tonight. No numbers near the freezing point, though. We'll be back down into the low 40s. That's where we start you off on Wednesday. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful day in the Ozarks, full sun, 65 degrees, and we will stay in the middle 60s on Thursday before rain potentially returns to the region. That looks to happen by the time we get to Friday, and I see a good signal for rain chances, perhaps widespread in nature again as we head into Saturday of this weekend. So early heads up on that. I'm keeping an eye on it. There are definitely still time for that to change a little bit. Around the country, the heavy rain and severe weather that we had late yesterday in the afternoon and the evening hours, it is moving east today into the mid-Mississippi Valley. We also have snowfall. You've seen some of those beautiful snow-topped mountains out west. Well, mountain snow and wind is setting up for the central Rockies. That happens late tonight into early Wednesday. And all eyes are on the tropics again, watching South Florida and specifically the Florida Keys again for impacts associated with a potential tropical cyclone that could become a hurricane by tomorrow, which is not what our friends in Florida need as we head into midweek. So keeping a close eye on the tropics again. You're going to be hearing about that system in the national news headlines. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. And the question that I had with you yesterday, I know, a burning question on everyone's mind, especially on Election Day, but we just kind of, need a different topic. How many heart chambers does a cockroach have? Do you think it is A, 1, B, 4, C, 8, or D, 12? Well, they seem like simple creatures, don't they? Those cockroaches. But they have quite complex heart structures. So congrats if D, 12 was your guess. And potentially 13, sometimes 12, sometimes 13, depending on who you ask. The cockroach has a tubular heart that some say has as many as 13 chambers. Each one receives oxygenated blood through a pair of apertures, and they have a multi-chambered tube-like heart that is far more resistant to failure than human hearts. Maybe that's why they're so hard to get rid of. I don't know. Congrats if D12 was your guess. That is the correct answer. All right, here is your next chance to win, and it's a 50-50 shot. True or false? I don't know about you, but in my house, daylight saving time is still having big effects here on these toddlers. True or false? Daylight saving time in America was originally implemented to help farmers. Do you think that is true or false? You can take your guess over at the website. That's aroundtheozarks.com. I sure appreciate you listening to Around the Ozarks this morning. If you're heading to the polls today, maybe grab a light jacket. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, but not too bad. We've definitely had worse weather on election day. Also, watch for flooding on roadways early this morning. Otherwise, we have dry conditions setting up for the midweek. Thank you so much to Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. We'll chat again early tomorrow.